come out and talk to you. Mr. Murray have only 5 minutes.
Okay. Let me stay here, right?
5 minutes too long?
Good evening, my fellow Liberians. I greet you in the name of unity and prosperity. I want to thank my dynamic team leadership for bringing us this far tonight. The introduction you made, Mr. Lewis, is great, and I thank you for that. Don't worry, I will complete it for you. Well, the Paul and Essia group, the Paul and Essia team, I put a notion out there to this community that the people of this community do not know me. But let me say this to the Paul and Essia group, the team, their team, that I have gotten along with this community, that all the membership of the Paul and Essia team.
Yes, sure.
Today, this community knows very well that I have served them in a capacity that brought this community to a higher height. I have served you before, you have called on me before. You have called on me to serve you in a very important duty. And I serve you to the best of my ability. I serve you with good hearts. I serve you with commitment. And I serve you with a number of accomplishments. And so tonight, we gather here again on this historic night to ask you to make a difference. You know, I like the Liberian people. Liberian people are not stupid. They know the difference between right and wrong. You know, when I served this committee as interim president, you know the accomplishment that I made for you. I created the first community communication media for our people here. You know, I began to spread and to reach out the word of this community. I began to reach out to our people to be one. I reached to the people of Queens, I reached to the people of Bronx, I reached to the people of Brooklyn for us all to be one. And this is the kind of leadership you want. You know, unlike my dear brother and friend, Mr. Paul Trader, I have been there for you. You tell me tonight who have been getting along so much with you for the past 6 months. The past 6 months, between us, make the difference. Who have been getting along with you? You know, under my leadership, ladies and gentlemen, this community will prosper. Let me tell you that. I will end the lack of commitment in this community. I will end the discrimination. I will end the tribalism in this community. You should know very well that these elements that I just named are the most divisive issues of our community. Tribalism, discrimination, confusion. These are things that we will not tolerate in this community. You understand? So, let me tell you today, if my dear friend here, who is Mr. Paul Tudor, has tried before to sideline some of the tribes in this community, then he's not ready to lead this community, because this community is a diverse community with all tribes, the Grebo, the Va, the Kru, the Gola, the Mende. So if you try to sideline one of the original tribe of this community, then of course you cannot lead the people of this community. And so I'm going to assure you a great leadership for this community, and I will lead you to prosperity. Thank you.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, you are hearing from Mr. Kamara. At this particular time, we're going to hear from Mr. Paul Twitter as the presidential candidate. And gentlemen, hello, no, ladies and gentlemen, that should be fun. This thing should be fun over here. These two people here, nobody's going to pay them a dime. Please, let this thing be a fun here. Okay, at this time, we have to listen to Mr. Paul Twitter.
Mr. President of the Liberian community, official and officer of the Liberian community present, my fellow Liberians and observers of the Liberian community. Standing before you, my name is Paul Twitter. I am honored by your presence at this debate, this hearing. I am running for the president of the Liberian community of New York County, along with my vice president as a chair. Today, we're going to renew, rebuild, restore trust and confidence. Yes, encourage Liberian throughout the various boroughs.
Please.
When I'm elected president, my team will address some of the issues facing our community, such as bereavement, as you saw in a few months, that was my team. 501c, youth involvement in the community. We also have a youth on the council. We need to bring the youth to the community. Mobilize resources for our senior citizens, transparent financial systems. Ladies and gentlemen, I am prepared to answer all your questions tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, my Liberian people, I love you. Vote for Paul Twitter. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are getting there. We are getting there. Thanks to both presidential candidates for their opening remarks. Now, at this time, we are about to start the questioning. No, I'm not ready here for the audience. The first question is going to be posed to Mr. Kamara. Ladies and gentlemen, when Mr. Kamara is speaking or answering the question, we don't want to hear murmuring. We don't want to hear clapping of it. Those are the rules. We should follow them. The same thing when Mr. Twitter is speaking. You have to give them the respect. The question that will come to Mr. Kamara, the same question will come to Mr. Twitter. So, Mr. Kamara, in a very specific thing, We want you to tell the Liberian people here what you think qualify you better to become the president of this community. In a very specific terms.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. My area of experience, my career is community development and social work. I studied community development and social work right here in the United States. But before coming to the United States, I worked as a social promoter, going around the Liberian community, rural and urban communities, helping our people to carry out development projects. By then, I was working with a British-based community development organization called Plan International. During my service with Plan International, I was able to be trained. I worked and trained with Plan International, which is an international community development organization based in Great Britain. In 1982, they arrived in Liberia to help the Liberian government develop rural and community development. And that's when I joined them. And fortunately, I was trained by those communities, by that organization, to become a community developer and a social worker. In the year 1997, I was fortunate to get an extensive scholarship to the United States by that company to come and study advanced course in community development. And today, I'm well prepared. Thank God that company, that school has prepared me to serve you, the Liberian people. Yeah. Today, I want to assure you that with the training that I have in community development and social work, I'm prepared and ready to serve you. So this is my experience, Mr. Chairman.
No clapping.
Your being here is to listen to these two gentlemen because you could be making crucial decisions through your ballot path. So listen to them and analyze for yourself. Mr. Twitter, the same question goes to you. What do you think qualify you better to be the president of the Liberian community? Be specific.
Thank you, Assistant Election Commission. Some people have the notion that we're running to be president for Johns Hopkins or Columbia University. No, it's not the case. We're not running to be principal for a school. We are running to lead a community, and those requirement is you have to be a community person, which of course I have. You have to break the gap between people, which of course I have. Even people in Sylvester Camp, I'm not going to call name. When it comes to reaching out, my brother Sylvester, your friend, your good person, you can see everything, but let's be honest, you do not have that experience that I have. I have served in this community different positions. One of our very first president, he's sitting right here in the front seat. Somebody else, newcomer, you may not know him. Eddie Macaulay, one of those. Mr. Macaulay right there. He can bear me witness. In this community, I don't know how many people you have been honored. You have honored me 2002 at Ohio State University for being one of the best leaders New York ever have. So this position that we're running for assistant chairman and my fellow Liberians, you're talking about someone that organized an organization like the Millennium Man was funded right in my house, president or assistant president for the Election Commission, okay, vice president for Liberian Airlines. So when it comes to reaching out to your people, I one of those I have it. Kamara, do not march. Thank you.
You want me to be finding these people?
Yes, sir.
You want me to be finding them?
Do it, Ray.
Anybody that may end us, I'll find you $10. If you don't pay, I'll ask you out. That's it. You give me the power? We're not here to come waste time. We're not here to come waste time.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Election Commission is in charge. Now we have listened to 2 questions. At this time, I'm going to ask one of the panelists, Dr. Lamptey, to pose a question.
Thank you, Mr. Wesley. And when Mr. Wesley asked me to sit here, I told him that I didn't think I should have because I have an event that I have to go to in the next 15 minutes. But he said that's okay, I could stay here until, and that's why I'm asked to ask my question first. And I will be leaving as soon as I do that. And I'm asking you to bear with me and give me your indulgence. My question to the candidates is that, as you all see, this community is very diverse. I know everyone in the platform has said it would bring people together. But my question is, how do you intend to do that, to bring our people together? And I'm thinking in terms of not just based on ethnic diversity, for Kru people, from Bassa people, from Mende people to Vai people, in terms of people who, as we could, who are not college graduates, who are strong members of the community, who are professional workers, who have something to offer the community. How do we bring those people to work together to make this community what it is and needs to be highlighted some more? That's my question.
Thank you very much, Dr. Lamptey. The Jabo and Camara team has said that we will set the right tone for bringing the people together in this community. And we mean it. How are we going to do it? I want to advise each and every one of you here that during my administration, please don't miss a meeting. Because if you miss a meeting, you miss a lot. Just like when you are going to school, if you miss a class, you're going to miss a lot. Because my meetings are going to be very, very, very important for you, for this community, and for all of us. So you better not miss a meeting during my administration. You're going to be going around to be asking questions. So that's the first thing. Secondly, we are going to begin building the same bridges, Jabo and myself, going to begin to build the same bridges that I built during my interim administration to bring you all together. As you know, this community was completely destabilized 4 years ago. Who brought this community back to 8 feet? It is Sylvester Camara that brought this community back to 8 feet. And I'm going to use the same strategies to bring this community back together. And you just heard the strategy. I'm going to build bridges from here to Manhattan, to Bronx. I'm going to build bridges from here to Brooklyn. I'm going to build bridges from here to Queens. And you will see the mass walking of the people to come to this community. We are not going to only focus our attention to the Manhattan people. We are going to decentralize the activities of this community. And once when you decentralize the activity of this community, the people come from all over to come together. But if you sit there and only pay attention to Manhattan because you live in Manhattan, do you expect the people to come together? You're not paying attention to them, you're not calling them. So we need to reach out. That's the word. Reaching out will bring the people together in this community. As you know, I have done it and I can do it again. Thank you.
Mr. Twitter, the same question goes to Mr.
Do I need to repeat?
Thank you, Dr. Lamptey, for that good question, and also Assistant Chair. My Liberian people, when I'm elected, we're going to go to the first 4, which is email, sending letter out. It's very important. Text and followed by phone call. Those are the 4 stages of mobilizing, and you know it. We will go and knock door and reach out to invite new and also encourage our old members that stay away. Those are one of the best ways we try and bring our peoples together. That's one of the best ways. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Twitter. Thank you, Mr. Gamara. Now we are proceeding. That's fine. Thank you very much. At this particular time, I'm going to ask another icon in our community to pose his question. Mr. Eddie McCarty. And that question will be posed to Mr. Secretary Kamara. First, yeah.
Good evening. The President's left office. Hey! Ladison. Honorable candidates. No. Being the president is not easy. You don't have the slightest idea. Oh, Mr. Kamara, my question. You cannot run a community without funds. I don't care what you do, you must have money. What are you going to do to be able to solicit funds to make sure that you just don't only use the website, you just post? Because when you don't have money, you're not going to send citation out. You're not going to visit all these people you're talking about. You must have capital. What are you going to do to raise funds to help this community move forward? Someone came earlier and asked for community hall. And then people that always ask, how many times we pay meeting? So, we live the thing. Oh yeah. So I'm asking you, what are you going to do to raise funds for the community?
Thank you so much, Mr. Macaulay. This is a very good question. I'm in a very good position to answer it. This is one of the reasons I want to be president, because president upon president have not followed the right direction in this community, and that's why we are behind today. They are not taking the right direction. We as a community, we are a poor community. We do not have fund. We do not have money in our coffers. And we will never raise money to be able to do our own development. And so you need an experienced leader, a great leader who knows how to get around. All we need to do, we are in a developed country. There are a lot of opportunities in this country that we can seek. But Paul doesn't know those opportunities. Paul does not know those routes. How can he become president when he does not know how to follow those routes? You know, we are going to be asking philanthropic organization. There are a lot of organizations out there willing to help this community, but no leader have ever sent one proposal out there asking for the development of this community. We will write hundreds of proposals, even to our Liberian community and our Liberian embassy or the Liberian consulate. They are here. They should be seeking your well-being. The Liberian consulate should be seeking your well-being, but nobody has sent one proposal to that consulate one day asking them for help for this community. We will send hundreds of proposals out there to the city hall of this city, to all philanthropic organizations, other community organizations that are willing to help, and we'll seek help from them. And once we put something together, we say we want a community center or office for our community, they will understand. We are a big community organization from Liberia. People are willing to help. All we need to do is to ask them on paper. We will write. I know how to write project proposal. I know how to write project design outline. And Paul does not know how to do that. How are we going to benefit? You tell me. Nobody here knows how to write a proposal equal to me.
should ask the mayor to go back there.
You're taking my time.
What I do?
Hello?
Stop it, stop it.
Ladies and gentlemen, imagine in this community where no father is going to sit home again and wait for a morning baby. We're going to establish a babysitting facility for fathers not to sit home and wait again for the man to come to work. All father and mom will go to work and their children will be taken care of. Let me tell you that. So that's one of the things we're going to do for you. Thank you.
Thank you. I just want to put the candidates on notice that when you see me standing up, I mean your time is up. Ladies and gentlemen, I know sometimes some of the responses will be meriting some kind of applause or laughter, but please, you have to abide by the rules. Abide by the rules. Mr. Twitter, the same question comes to your camera.
Thank you, Mr. Vice Chair, and thank you, our doyen and one of the founding member of ULA and one of the first and best president we ever have in the community, Eddie McCauley. His question was how you going to mobilize and raise funds. Sylvester talking, it just made me smile and laugh because when it comes to raising funds and having programs, I'm the king. In this community, it's 3 men that mobilize to the best. Going Wilson, Red Slurm, and Paul Twitter. Let them meet. We all know it. You understand? So if I'm elected president, just imagine other people are president and I work very hard to raise funds and have function. Sylvester, you can't find more, you can't mobilize, so how you gonna do it? Sylvester, yes, sometimes if you don't do it but something, look, it's true, I shake, but it's not the only thing when I'm writing. It's not the only thing, Sylvester. Trust me, I can do the work. I sit down with big Liberian people, bring people into the community, and we're talking about contact. Sylvester, you know it. I have it. Few months ago, you myself have a conversation. I will quote when you say, Paul, you have a gift. You will bring our people together. That was a statement that you made. No guys, just jealous are you. So, Mr. McCauley, to answer your question, you know it. I will mobilize and get the community jumping. It's on my platform, Queen Contest. You need it. Things that will bring in money. I have done it in the past, I can do it now. I will keep going. Thank you.
All right. Hello. Get prepared because it will be your turn to ask your question. So get ready. One more question. That goes to Mr. Kamara. Mr. Kamara, when you become the leader of this community, what would be your priority? What would you consider as your priority? I'm asking Mr. Kamara.
Yeah, but he can always be the first now. He always the first.
I'm sorry, but that was the rule that was set up. Close already.
Somebody got to be first. He can always be the first.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ladies and gentlemen, when rules are set, if you have any question about that, you raise your question.
Now, why you should have been in here?
At the beginning, we said when we toast this corn, whoever takes the head,
Yeah, but it's a first statement. Don't do it.
No problem, people.
we gotta finish this as sweet as possible. From what I'm getting, it's like, let's forget about the
No, speak on it.
What you say?
Speak on it. Speak on it.
He said no problem. Wesley, he said no problem.
Speak on what he did.
The same question goes to the other gentleman.
Yes. Don't change. Mr. Khan, please.
Mr. Kamara, when you become president, what do you think would be your priority, your first priority?
Put up my break.
These are very good questions because as a social worker, these are the kind of questions that need to be answered for the people to hear. First of all, in the field of social work, in the field of community development, the leader of the community does not prioritize projects. So many of you don't know, but there is a strategy to use to reach the goals and aims of the community. And the strategy is the people themselves are to come together and identify the issue, the problem they have, and then together we will identify the priority among the issues. Yes, but this is high work. I am not going to prioritize. I have my own development package. My team have a development package. But that package will remain in my pocket until I ask the Liberian people here, what do we want for this community? The Liberian people will show what they want for this community, and that's what we'll go by, including my own development goals. So I will not prioritize the project behind the people. But let me tell you, what's on my agenda for this community? What's on my agenda is the first thing, all of us here need to be represented by lawyers. We are going to have a legal assistant for this community. Never before heard about. We are going to have a legal assistant to help you with your legal issues. We are going to, I know very well in the deep bottom of this community, in the deep heart of this community wants a community center. And I can bring you a community center. Paul cannot bring you a community center because why? This is a gentleman who is specialized in DJ, master of ceremony, and assistant secretary, social secretary. So I will ask my brother to stay in that area, and let me stay in my area of community development. You know, we need him. This community needs a DJ. This community needs an MC. This community needs a social secretary. Please let Paul stay in that area and let me stay in my area. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, will you please ask this mayor to move forward? I mean backward, please, let him move. He's really disturbing the bridge. The man is disturbing. The man is disturbing. No, I'm not doing that. The man is disturbing.
Thank you, Ray.
Hello. Now I'm going to ask Mr. Paul Twitter. Mr. Twitter? Yes. Hello.
Guys, please give your undivided attention, please. Thank you.
Mr. Twitter? Yeah. When you are elected president of this community, what would be your first priority?
Once again, thank you, Assistant Chairman. One of my very first priority is to mobilize for the meeting to stay crowded because it's necessary. Whenever there is election or election is ongoing, we see that our community meeting is so crowded. For the past few years, every time someone running, they will talk about we're going to have a community center. My Liberian people, in order for us to proceed and have such a thing, rule number one, as long as we're together, the meeting is more crowded, we'll be able to raise more funds, we'll be able to do a lot of stuff for us to proceed and do a lot of things. So one of my priorities is to mobilize and for us to keep that meeting, even if the percentage can just double. Let's say constantly, instead of having as usual 25, 20 people meeting crowded 15, if we can be having from 50 up, that will help. And one of the best things, we will transform the whole way we have meeting, which is our senior citizens. They will stay home if they can't come, and they disabled. The meeting book will be carrying it to them so they can sign. It will help the community out for financing aspect of it, and even election. Some people come to meeting, the ones that are disabled, the senior citizen, if we can take, we have two both. The financial secretary and the social secretary will go and take this book to the people so they can sign. Brother Kamara, I don't want to go there. I have my associate degree in electrical engineering. I'm studying for electrical engineering and computer technology. Some people have to be bragging, be boasting, be talking all the booking. We're talking about community. When you come to it, you can't beat me. You say you know it. The question is, if we're going to mobilize and do these things, and you know it very well, even your voters there, your supporters there, they know it and do it more than you. Thank you.
You have listened to the candidates. Questions came from the panelists. Questions came from the election commission. Now it is your turn. Vote for you. Your candidates, people that you want to lead this community. So,
Grade 3.
Hello. We are going to recognize only 3 people
On each side.
because we have 3 questions to ask.
Yes, sir.
And those 3 questions will be posed to the 2 candidates. So at this time, I'm going to recognize. I'm going to recognize Mr. Alfred Lewis. I'm going to recognize Mr. James Bodie.
That's a little like.
So 6 questions there, right?
And I'm going to recognize Ms. Roger. Mr. Wesley.
Thank you. Where you starting? You're starting from the left.
I'm going to make one exception. Hello.
Recognize everyone. Recognize Isaac.
Yeah. So make it even.
Let me tell you something. The camp is not to tell me who should ask the questions.
Mr. Lewis.
Okay? I can recognize whoever is here. It's the same. So I'm going to recognize Mr. Sear to ask a question. And I'm going to substitute there's a lady who asked the question.
No, my list.
Is that Miss Leslie? Mr. Lewis.
Thank you, Mr. Wesley. My question is the issue of bereavement, and it go to Mr. Paul Tudor. For a very long time, Mr. Tudor, I admire you, you are my friend, but you have divided the community when it comes to bereavement. Most of the time, you have held meetings, friends of this person, friends of that person when it comes to the issue of bereavement. And their community is hurt.
That's not a question.
It is a question.
Excuse me. Excuse me, let me finish with his statement. Let me finish. Excuse me.
It's a statement. Abba Louis, all due respect, it's a statement. No, it's not a question, sir. It's not a question, sir. You have statement, you have question.
No, it's probably a statement before you put a question in it. So you have to give it. No, you have to give it.
Okay, it's all right.
He's doing a statement when the questions together.
If you ask me to make a statement, don't judge. If you judge, you change the whole pattern. Brother Wesley. It is not a question, it's a statement. It was a good statement to ask question, but you judge. It's not a question, it's a statement. It's not a question, it's not a question. Wesley, we are the English. It's not a question, it's a statement. No. He judged within that question. So it is not a question, it's a statement. I take English for you. Don't trick me. It's not a question. It's a judgmental statement. A judgmental statement. It's not a question. It is not a question. I take English for you, Sylvester. That's not a question. He judged the candidate. It is not a question. It's judged with it. Let's accept the fact first.
Please go straight into your question.
Ask a question, not a statement. Or judgmental statement.
Rephrase my question.
Thank you, sir.
Simple question. The issue of bereavement is very important. So the two presidential candidates, how will you solve the issue of bereavement?
Very good. Thank you, sir. That's a question.
Thank you, Brother Louis. Yes. We are aware in this community. Bereavement is a very sensitive issue. It's very touching. So for me, my administration, one of the best ways we're going to come out to solve the bereavement issue is when I'm elected, we will have a meeting, a special meeting with one or two agenda, and the most on the agenda will be bereavement. I would like to hear from the community members for us to write it down that where they will be suggesting. Then after that, a committee will be formed, and that committee will be chaired by no other than, I called their name before, the two mobilization nice to me. They will be the one chairing that committee. You saw in the past, a few months, the bereavement issue that we have. The bereavement issue that we have, just saw people working in the back. And those are the same people who will lead our bereavement issue. Thank you, my grand people. Love you.
It's okay now. Hello?
When I was an interim president, of this community, I drafted a bereavement policy. So many of you know here. I drafted a bereavement policy that was very good. But because it was an interim administration, the community stopped me. They said, Mr. Kamara, you're doing a lot of development, so stop. You are just an interim president, then you're doing all this development, stop. So that's how important I take bereavement to be. That policy is still in our archive. It's kept. Mr. Sound Warrior know about that. And what we're going to do about bereavement, the answer lies within the people. Bereavement is a very complicated issue. So what this body wants us to do, I will be a facilitator to this discussion. I will be a chief facilitator to the discussion of bereavement. The people here will decide, we all as Liberian people, will come together and decide what to do about bereavement. Don't make no mistake. I'm going to be your president and I will have a veto power. When I have my veto power, I will bring my own suggestion to you. Thank you.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this time I'm going to recognize Mr. Grace Levy.
First of all, before I say anything, I want to clear myself.
No, go straight to the
No, I just want to clear myself.
Question.
The question I want to ask Mr. Kamara, and it goes to Mr. Paul and Mr. Kamara. I've been here almost 20 years, and I know the division here is when the leadership in place, they don't know how to bring people in.
It's not a question, sir.
Please, I heard Mr. Kamara. Mr. Kamara, you saying something about tribalism. No. Please, I'm going to ask him on that. Please.
It's not a question, sir.
My question to you.
Ask a question.
My question to you. If there is any tribalism that exists in the Liberian community that you know of, how will you solve it? Thank you.
Thank you, Ray.
Don't you have a question again? I said it. I'm going to repeat.
All right, guys.
Hello. I'm going to repeat. Can you repeat it for me? Repeat the question.
You got to listen in order to hear the question. Okay? And we're not be repeating questions here. Because we don't have much time now. His question is, how will you solve tribalism problem when you hear it somewhere in the community? How will you handle it?
As I mentioned earlier, I denounce tribalism altogether, 100%. Tribalism is being denounced. I will not tolerate it in my administration, and I will not tolerate it in this community. Anyone who practices tribalism or discrimination or confusion in this community, you will bear the full weight of the law. Because in this country, racism is against the law. Tribalism is racist and is against the law. Thank you.
Mr. Twelve, how will you handle the tribalism problem?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And thank you, Honorable Ray, for that question. To be honest, Liberian community in New York is not a tribalistic community, number one. Okay, I've been living in this community many years. When you're talking about tribalistic something, you go to other community, when they play music, they will tell you that music how to play from the tribe. But we Liberians, when a music playing, we don't care where country they come from, we dance it. So when it comes to tribalism, number one, we don't have it. If it do exist, we try and put it to a rest and address it. But at this time, from the past few years, the funding of the Mahadi community into present, I don't see no tribalistic stuff. So I don't know where it's coming from. But when you do that here, trust me, you address it. And by one of those, as you see all my friends around me, we don't do it. So thank you.
At this time, we're going to recognize and we're going to split up a little bit.
No, see
Come
it.
and ask your question.
Yes.
What is that?
Hello, my name is Yabade. Okay, Miss, to the two candidates that are here, I've been observing you people. I've been observing.
You're listening.
And I want to ask you a question. I look in the audience here, and I'm looking at the age range. I'm counting the age range, look like from 40 years old upward. And I'm wondering, what are you people going to do to incorporate the youth, the young children, the young Liberians to join you? Because when you form your organization, you don't have young people. When the older people go, the organization dies.
All right.
So I want to know what you people going to do to encourage your children, your grandchildren, even those children that were born in America, to have the nationalistic feeling that they are Liberians, although they were born here. What are you people going to do? Thank you.
Very good question.
Thank you, my dear sister. My children and youth orientation program, as part of my platform, is going to address that problem. Way back, I told my team that we have to address this problem. And so, it's on my platform right now. Children and Youth Orientation Program. We will declare a day in the calendar year to mark Children and Youth Orientation Program in this community. And through that program, we are going to bring our children together. We are going to conduct a census of all Liberian children and youth and adults, women and men in this community. We have to account for our people all around this community. Accountability is very important. If we ask for help from people, they're going to ask how many Liberians in this New York community. And so we are going to conduct a census to know exact number of Liberians that we are catering to, so that we can best address the well-being of our people. Thank you.
Mr. Twitter?
Yep.
How are you going to address this?
Thank you, our sister back there. Very good question. Mrs. Dodo. Yeah, thank you, Mrs. Dodo. Thank you for that good question. One of the best way we're going to address the youth issue is to have meeting with the youth also, because we will sit down with the youth and ask them why is it, you have your own organization, nothing wrong with that, but also you should be part of the Liberian community. That's why I stated early in my early statement that we have a council. It will be better for us to have a youth person on the Liberian Council. It will also be better for us to have a youth coordinator aside for the Liberian community. With all these things in place, and when it comes to mobilization, which of course you know me, sometime next year, which of course I will win, we'll organize the youth for a big summer march and other program that will move the community forward. So those are some of the ways we get the youth involved. Thank you.
Okay, I think there's one more question to ask, and I will ask. There are two more to ask.
See it.
I'm going to ask Mr. James Gordon. Everybody will ask questions here, please.
See it, don't forget about see it. Wesley? See it.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This question goes to the presidential candidate. And I hope this does not bring any tension in the room. I would like for them to look at the qualified ladies and gentlemen and tell us what made them qualified to lead us. And also, this thing may happen into organization. When you elect president, they misuse our funds. So, if they do not go against the rule of the commission, the election commission, I would like the both president to declare their access to the community. Tell us what they got that they all feel that we can put them in office and they will not miss news of the funds. The first day in office, what will each one of you do on the first day in office? Explain to us.
Thank you, sir.
That's a very good question. Ladies and gentlemen, the rules of the Election Commission does not incorporate the declaration of assets for the candidates. However, on the other side of your question, how will you show some transparency in dealing with your financial affairs for the community? I think that's what the brother is trying to say. How are you going to be transparent when it comes to handling community funds?
Very good, Wesley.
I have a great record of accountability in this community. Everybody knows. When I serve as interim president for this community, at the end of my six-month term, I made a report, a very clear report of the community's account. And financial accountability is something that is not going to be something to venture around to play with. I'm an honest person. I want to assure you that I'm an honest person. So your money, your assets are going to be under control, and you should trust me. Trust me. Your money is going to be under control and it's going to be put into a good use. I'm a great person. I'm a man with honor. I'm a man with humiliation. And I know how to run an organization. And I know what breaks organization apart is financial appropriation. That's what breaks any organization apart. And I want to lead you not to use your money inappropriately. Your money will be used very, very appropriately to your needs. Thank you.
Mr. Twitter, how will you handle the financial affairs?
My Liberian people, when it comes to finance, the president will not touch the money. This December to January, when I announced that I'm running to be president for the Liberian community, my team and I went to work right away. We started with money. And with the money that we've been collecting every month, that's how you see all these niceness flyers and other things. I do not touch 1 cent of that money. The same thing gonna go to my administration. When it comes to finance in this community, being the Liberian community and other various organizations, one of the two best ladies, they humble a bank. Number one is my treasure. The assistant, Elizabeth Miniboy is my treasure. Her assistant, Sophia Sebi. So I have one of the two best that will collect the money. You can trust me. I will not handle the money. I will look on the paper, oh yeah, that 3,000, oh that 20, 30,000 we get. But Mr. Twitter will not handle the money. They will handle the money, that's how we do it. That's why I said earlier, transparent financial system. That's why we're going to do it. It was in my platform. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Okay. We have 2 more questions. And then we ask the candidates to ask their own questions. At this time, I want to recognize Mr. Sears.
Thank you, Mr. President. Yeah, it's been so long. The last meeting, I have not been recognized. I want to say thank you very much.
Yeah, only.
I say thank you very much for recognizing me. My question goes to Mr. Kamara. I know. Mr. Kamara,
Mr. Twitter. Mainly Mr. Kamara. You have served this community for 2 consecutive years as interim.
No.
6 months. If not 2 years, point of correction, 6 months.
6 months.
Okay, 6 months.
1 year with 7
All right. Now the time that you are served, you said that you have an idea in community development, and you have been documented to that effect. What are some of the achievements that you have achieved, and those development that you have studied for? What are the benefits that the library could receive at the time of the office?
You're talking about the benefit from his administration.
His administration.
Well, Mr. Sierra, if I copy your question very well, I have made a lot of accomplishment for this community, and today that's why this is one of the reasons why we are here. My leadership ability has helped this community to be mobilized. That's number one. And today, all members, majority of the members of this community are enjoying the fruit of my labor. I set up the first social communication media for this community on the internet, and that's why everybody is being communicating on the internet with. Everybody is sharing information, and everybody is receiving information. That's number 2. And I have shown a great financial accountability to this community. At the end of my term as interim leader, I reported the money. Their money was now lost. I put it right here and I reported it on this table. They got it. And that's the same kind of work I'm going to continue. I have the knowledge, I have the ability to make this community productive by lecturing them what a community means. There are so many of us who do not know what a community means and do not know how a community operates. I'm going to be standing here teaching our people what I know. On the blackboard, you will see a blackboard here, teaching our people to help mobilize the community, to help them physically to develop this community. That's the kind of knowledge I'm bringing to this community. That's the kind of experience I'm bringing to this community. Of course, I have that experience. You know? Thank you.
Thank you, Brother Joseph. You saying where our achievement brought to the community. When it comes to leadership, I have the connection and the contact. Let me name some of the stuff that I did that benefited the community. Last year, they were looking for the foreign minister to come to New York. I was sitting out minding my business, or Paul came from Liberia to me. I made that connection, and we brought in the foreign minister of Liberia, and then the community was able to achieve to ask questions and learn from them. One of those I organized to the fullest. Albert said something to me when we went to Staten Island when Ellen Johnson came. Just as I was walking in, Brother Albert, one of the strong supporters of Sylvester, he said to me, he said, Paul, how we on Staten Island? When we going to bring the president to Manhattan? And I said to him, a good tone of voice, Albert, trust me, next time she coming to New York, it will be in Manhattan. Okay? So, to answer your question, I have did a lot of stuff that the community has benefited from. A few years ago, when we talking about going to mobilize, you see these flights, that is the lowest one. Back in the days, 20 years, you got to go and put in an appointment almost 1 week, 2 weeks before you get flight. Yeah, Eddie here, Madam Rogers, and so many others, Hannah Davis. I spend my own money bad stuff for the community. I have your own pictures. Something wrong with my building. That's why the pictures all in garbage bag. I was going to bring them. I have spent my own money mobilized. I don't just only talk. I will spend my own money and do things. In the past, before we could get cell phone, people running for ULA in different communities. Eddie can bear me witness, and I'd rather have it even the vice president of Sylvester, who they will call Mr. Twitter. I will make that connection. Those are the stuff that people benefited from in the community. Thank you.
Good. One good thing I like about the candidates, they all stay within their time frame. I like that. At this time, one more question. And I said, it's too right now. Mr. Lawrence, Mike.
My question here is directed to Mr. Kamara. My question here is directed to Mr. Kamara and then Mr. Twitter. Mr. Kamara, in your ad statement, you did mention that you serve as one-time community interim president. And then, as so doing, you said that the past leader of the community, other than they failed this community because none of them were to reach out to write any organization for them to help the community to develop this community. As you claimed you was interim president for the community, so
what's the question? Accusation, sir.
What's the question, sir?
So my question here is, Mr. Kamara, you already served as interim president for this community, and you claimed the past leader, none of them was one to do anything, and now you are running for president. So if you win the presidency, what different from you being interim president and president? So what are the difference you want to make? And for you, Mr. Twitter, you said that okay, the same question goes to Mr. Twitter too. Come on, Bob.
You know, my fellow Liberians, as psychology taught most of us, many of us here, please don't be offended by this, what I'm saying. Psychology teaches us that the people's mind, when the people's mind, or when you develop your children's mind, they become more productive. And today, some of us, if you see how productive, that's the kind of development we got from the various institutions that we have gone to. You know, we got lessons from people who know. We got lessons from schools. And this is the kind of lesson I want to bring to you even before we embark upon our development project. I'm going to be helping to develop the minds of our people. And once the people's minds are psychologically developed, productivity. Because they know what to do, they know where to go, they know what we are doing. You understand? So Mr. Twitter, your question, we are going to try our best to change the minds of this community. The mindset. Once the mindset is changed, you will see boom. And that's what I'm going to do.
Thank you, Mr. Twitter in the back. Mr. Twitter, thank you for that question. It's so sad. People like to criticize. Let's embrace our founding father and former leaders. Because the fact is, at the time we shouldn't forget, for every year, every 10 decades, things changes. Those people work very hard, okay? When people like Eddie were president 20-something years ago, they will work tirelessly doing the sanitation, doing the other work, okay? Those people work, so we shouldn't be criticizing them. They do nothing. That they work today, get some people, when you arrive here, you can get this, you can get papers and all that. So it's so wrong to say that they didn't do anything. But for me, I know they did a lot. That's why in the past I used to work along with them very, very hard, tirelessly. Every state you name it, we'll be driving, we'll be going there, spending our own money. Sylvester, you're new to this. I told you, come in the end. You need to follow this footsteps. Hold up, it's not. You're being hearing direct. I just said that you're new to this. So you shouldn't be putting our ex-leaders down. Let's embrace them. We have almost 5 former presidents sitting in the audience. We want our father. We should respect them. For me, I respect y'all. And besides them, I love my people to the fullest. That's why I always work tirelessly for them. Thank
At this time, ladies and gentlemen, at this time, I'm going to ask the question. Yes, please.
Yeah, she had a coach a long time. Wesley. And she's a counsel, man. She got voice. Mr. Wesley, she got voice, man. Doing that respect. Yeah, but we can't pass her, Mr. Wesley. She has done a lot for this community. You can't jump what. Yes, she had a question that I asked. Yeah.
Hold on, it was no misunderstanding.
Go to the others.
Thank you, Mr. Wesley.
I just want to ask the two candidates one question. You got your platform. You're going to do this, you're going to do that, you're going to do this. If Kamara wins and Paul Tudor loses, or if Paul Tudor wins and Kamara loses, will you people bring this platform back to the community that we all work together with? Because I noticed when people become president after the DC, we don't see them again. So will you people still work together and bring this platform for we to develop this community? Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Council Lady, and also our mother, one of the most powerful person in the community. Madam Roger and my Liberian people. If Kamara win is a big if, I will work along with the brother as I've done in the past. Okay? There's nobody about it. You know how I work along. Okay? If I win, I will ask Kamara to work along with me. As a matter of fact, the position still waiting and discussing.
I love this community to the bottom of my heart. You all have been saying that. I love this community to the bottom of my heart. Because I love my Liberian people. Who else without love? Nobody else. And that's why I travel far and near to be here on every event, every occasion, to mingle with my Liberian people. You know, the question you asked is a big concern to myself. It's a big concern. I've been telling people, if I win, will the poor and SCL team join us? That's my biggest concern. And the answer, my personal answer, when Paul and SCL win, I will be there full time. Full time. And I have been encouraging all members of my team to do the same. You know, so that question is not only you alone concern, it is my concern too. Okay?
You voters, you supporters, did we listen? Did you hear that? Yeah. So